So hey guys, what's up? This is a game that I've been playing a little bit of called Ballistic NG, and it is a game that very much plays off of the old anti-grav racing games, especially Wipeout, and more specifically I see it kind of more like taking things from Wipeout 3 on the original PlayStation, even like graphically. This is a game I picked up the past couple days and started playing, and I just find it absolutely amazing. Like, they did a great job with this game, so we're gonna check it out real quick. There's not a whole lot to it because it's not really like a graphically intense game by any stretch of the imagination. We go here to graphics, and you can see we just got simple like full screen VSync, which I don't have enabled because I have a FreeSync monitor, so I never enable that. Display, which display to point it to, which is something I love. The max frame cap is 144, so if you have 144Hz monitor, it will support it, which I do. Filtering, I'm not sure, bilinear, whatever. I kind of like the chunky look of the pixels a little bit more, so I leave that off. And then some of these bloom effects and stuff, I just turn them all on, and honestly, from what I've seen, this game can run at least an even 60 on like even the slowest machines, so it does a really good job. Here you can adjust your draw distance. I just have that maxed out on the 290 here. It's got no problems running that, and yeah, so that's pretty much it for the options as far as that goes. This PS1 vertices, I think what this is the original PS1 did like a texture warp effect, and I think if you turn that off, maybe that'll do something with that. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look that up and see what they're actually talking about on that one. One thing I do like is that you can add your own custom music to this, so say if you want to go back and get like the original Wipeout 1, 2, or 3, or some of the later Wipeout soundtracks and add them into this, you can do that. And here's some of the cool stuff. So this game does have a regular campaign. It's very similar to like Wipeout 3 and later games where it's like grid-based. It's like the original Wipeout, I think, was more like Mario Kart, where it's point-based and it was like you're racing in cups. This one's not like that. This one has different modes like time trial, regular race, racing without weapons, different speed races on the same track. And the tracks are really good too by default, by the way. They are excellent layouts on these tracks. Racebox, I haven't done this one yet, so I couldn't speak to it. It looks like it's maybe just a run through of different times and stuff on the tracks. Split screen, pretty self-explanatory. You have a friend over, you can actually do split screen on PC, which is pretty funny. And I do have multiple controllers, so I could do that. Over here we have online, so there's actually online play on this game. Additional content, I did this and it just took me to a web page that doesn't seem to be working anymore. There is a leaderboards function, which is still up and working, which is great. Profile, I imagine this is probably for you, or let's see, stats. Yeah, so this is like your game stats and whatnot. Unlock all. Wonder what that's all about. Modding, so here's the thing I love. So years ago, the guys at Psygnosis, or later Sony Liverpool, I think is what they got renamed, was asked if they would ever allow a track editor, and people for some reason in the Wipeout games really wanted a track editor in the Wipeout games and never got it. These guys allow you to make your own ships, make your own tracks and stuff like that. So with this game is completely supported on Patreon. You can download it on Steam. It doesn't cost anything for you to download on Steam, but they do ask if you like the game to give like $1 or $2. I'm definitely probably gonna do that at least for like a month, just because I've really enjoyed the crap out of this game, and I would like to see better editors come down the road. Okay, so I'm gonna do a few races here. One thing I will tell you is, as far as support with regular controllers, especially Xbox controllers, it's flawless. I've had it fall out a few times if I touch the mouse and keyboard in any way on the Steam controller, and I don't know why that is, and I can't get the re-recognize until I actually shut the game down and start it back up, so that's something you have to be mindful of.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh, man. That launch was probably not the best thing for me. Now, just like the original Wipeout, all these ships have different handling capabilities and whatnot. And I imagine if you go and make your own ship, you can make it handle however you want. And it's kind of weird to see a game like this running the way that it is on this monitor at 144 Hz flat. You guys can't see that obviously in the video, but and it looks like a PlayStation 1. As a matter of fact, it looks almost identical to Wipeout like 1 and 2 in the track layout. So just like the later Wipeouts, you can double tap on the trigger and get sort of like a slide on your air brake. It's pretty nice, and both the triggers are your air brakes, just like in the original Wipeout. And it's amazing how close, like, even though like all the different sleds have different handling capabilities, it's really amazing to me how much this feels like Wipeout on the original PlayStation. But it's even better because, like, I think those games were limited by 30, and if I remember right, like, I remember playing Wipeout 3 on the original PlayStation, and there's a few tracks anytime you got more than one sled on screen, it would kind of go to chug like almost 15 frames. But for the most part, it would run at 30. But all those games, I'm pretty sure, until like later on in the PS2, is when they start bumping them up around 60. But having it run at 144, it's nice having a 144 Hz monitor. If you have a 60 Hz monitor, it's fine. It's still going to feel smoother than what you're probably used to. Okay, so this next one is very much the survival matches that we saw later on in like Wipeout Fury in HD. It is, I'm not even holding down on the gas. The gas is going all the time. It's just you trying to go through the track, and it'll keep speeding up and going and going. I kind of like these, and I kind of don't, and I feel like sometimes they're just a little bit too long, but the effect that they have going on here with like the low poly look and like the bloom effect looks like very Tron looking bloom effect, looks very cool. Actually kind of look like this look more than I do the original survival that was in Wipeout HD and Fury. And I didn't play any of the Wipeouts on the PS2, so if that was introduced earlier, please correct me in the comments down below. I am not 100% sure on that. But I'm just going to keep going until I wreck here. And just like the original Survivor mode, every single time that you go up a speed class, the track color will change slightly.
Perfect zone. Apex. Bronze medal awarded.
Okay, so now as you can see, the track color changed a little bit, and the sled is going faster and it's getting harder to control.
Spectre.
Oh man, the track is flashing to the music somewhat. This is not good for somebody that would have epilepsy. I would not recommend it for that. I just now noticed this, but like the bloom effect's really exaggerating it, but they even have like an effect that makes it look like there's like smudges on the lens and stuff, which is kind of cool. I'm sure that's something you could turn on and off, but I'll check it out here in the actually, I like it. I think it's pretty neat. Man, that snow effect is just flipping cool. They kind of did some fancy effects like this even on the original PlayStation. I remember Wipeout 3 having like birds, seagulls, and stuff that would land on the track and then take off. There's one track that was supposed to be like in a neighborhood, like you're going through a downtown park. And they had cool stuff like there's like a area of the track where there's like tree blossoms and you could see the petals and stuff. And they were just basically dots back then, but it was still a really cool effect for a original PlayStation. And even though the graphics are simplistic looking on here, it still has a certain amount of beauty that I love to it. I still don't think you could argue that the original Wipeouts 1 through 3 are some of the prettiest games ever to hit the original PlayStation. Especially what they did in Wipeout 3, it was just, my god. And the music in Wipeout 3 was fantastic. You know, I need to stream Wipeout 3 one day just for fun.
Perfect zone.
It's like, I don't have a working PlayStation, but I have the disc. I can just stick it in a USB drive and just run it on an emulator. Be fine.
Apex. Bronze medal awarded.
Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do here is I am going to turn the game audio up, shut up, I'm going to play the last track for today, and you guys can check it out. It's pretty sweet.
Welcome to Arena Rush.
3, 2, 1, go. Mines. Tremor. Mines. Warning. Energy wall. Warning. Tremor. Warning. Warning. Energy wall. Mines. Final lap. Mines. Warning. 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 Autopilot engaged. Disengaged. Autopilot engaged. Disengaged. Gold medal awarded.
Okay, guys, that's been Ballistic NG. I think a very good Wipeout clone. Almost to the T, like handling everything. It really does play like a Wipeout game. It might as well just be another one. Some of the things that they added to it I really like. I love that there's a way to edit and make tracks on the game now. It still seems to be working in progress, but it's at a snail's pace, probably because of the money that the Patreon's currently making. So I can't really fault them for that, especially seeing that it's free. But I definitely wanted to make you guys aware of this game and let you know about it because, hey, I really like it. I'm going to give them a little bit of support here and there where I can. And I hope you guys like see the brilliance in it too and also do it. And there's other games out there like, what is it, Redshift and Fast RMX. And those are great games, but I just had a lot more fun with this over the past couple days. And I really wanted to let you guys know about it. It's awesome. The only thing I want to critique here for being a small indie game, it's great that it's free and everything, that's why I'm not knocking it too hard, but I really wish it had Linux support, but I think you could probably run this in a wine layer. That's something I'd like somebody in the Linux community to check back and maybe get back to me in the comments or personally. But the game is really, really fun. You guys should check it out. It's called Ballistic NG. And I will leave links down below for their Patreon. So if you want to go check that out, you can go throw a few bucks at them or whatnot. And that's it for me, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you like this content. Follow me on my other things like social media like Twitter. Follow me on Twitch. And check out my personal channel on both YouTube and VidMe if you guys prefer there. And just so I reiterate this, not only on Final Save Point, but there's going to be content that I can't do on YouTube that will only be on VidMe, and I'll probably be getting to that next week. So if you guys want to check that stuff out, I'll try to keep you apprised of it. But until then, I'll see you guys next video.